time, like I always say.
Ready?
Yep.
The unknown zone.
Talk show, talk show.
Zone unknown.
Talk show, talk show.
How the hell you find it?
In your overpriced high-tech telephone.
Deep in your bones.
Underneath a pile of stones.
It's some kind of virus.
Deep in your nose,
in between your toes, smack dab in the middle of your split crotch pantyhose. The unknown show.
Talk show, talk show.
The unknown show.
Talk show.
The unknown zone.
Talk show. I love Yiddish, by the way. I fucking love Yiddish. I love
Yasher co-op for your 30 years.
Gegas into hay. I just wanted to say something in Yiddish. So,
What do you want to say?
So
What do you want to say?
what do I want to say? I don't even know. I just I know certain, a few words, and I'll say them whenever they're appropriate, or not appropriate. And I'll just say them like at poker games.
Oh, wait, I know what you could say. This is very fitting given your idea about fish prison.
Okay.
Okay, so say gay cocken offen yam.
Gay cocken.
Gay cocken. Like cocken is like C-O-C-K-N.
I got that part. Gay cocken.
Offen yam.
Asinyam.
That means go shit on the ocean.
Gay cocken asinyan.
Yam.
Yam. Oh, sorry.
Yam.
Okay, let me.
Gay cocken offen yam. It's like like my parents would say that to me. Like basically, like shut up, leave us alone.
Let me say it again. Wait. Gay cocken. I'm sorry. Gay cocken asinyam.
You got it.
I did it right in the camera, so I can use that. That's like the promo for this. It's going to be the
Gay
promo
cocken offen yam.
for the show.
That basically shuts your shit down. What's going on?
Right. Correct. So I want to go back to your writing.
Okay. Can I add something to the anger, though? 'Cause
Please.
This is actually a recent thing that I learned.
Yeah.
Which is another thing to asterisk for another time.
Okay.
Also, aside from feelings that are, endogenous, internal things, like maybe thoughts about something that someone did or whatever, gasoline and toxic shit in the world, the environment, especially fumes and gasoline, like going into stores like IKEA, stores that are sort of sealed off, can actually create agitation and anger. Those chemicals go right to your vagus nerve.
Yeah, wow.
And can just make, when I learned about that, I was like, holy shit. I went to a gas station. This is when I was very newly ill with chemical sensitivity, and we went to a gas station, and I learned that I could not get near gas. And I immediately got crazy. I got crazy angry over nothing.
Wow.
But the thing is, there's always something to be mad at, right?
Absolutely.
So we're so used to being therapized to be like, oh, well, I'm angry at this. But the truth was, nothing was wrong.
Wow. Well, and that's the thing.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So another thing about anger is it says, look around you. What are you wearing? What did you eat? What are you near?
Right. Well, I get angry if I'm super hungry. I'm I get
hungry. Yeah. I mean, that's sure. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And are you at a gas station?
And you know what? You talk about this other thing a lot. Those fucking scented things. Those air fresheners.
Oh my God.
You know what? Can I tell you that whenever I certain cars, right? Certain Ubers or cars, when they have those, I had a friend actually that took. He's my biggest fan. And he took me out. We went out to dinner one night, and he had one of those little air fresheners that you hook onto like the car, the dashboard or whatever.
Electrified chemicals.
Disgusting.
What a great idea.
Disgusting. And I told him I couldn't take it. I said, "Can you turn that? I said, you do me a favor. I want you to get rid of this because you're gonna get cancer, and it's horrible." I can't, I
Yeah.
can't keep my mouth shut sometimes. But I don't know how you even have. It doesn't smell good. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I got some ideas for a segment on that shit, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all of that stuff can create different emotions, I'm trying to teach my clients to not automatically go to their childhood,
Oh,
but to say,
interesting.
but not. I mean,
Right,
first start with the environment and say, what am I near? What clothes
right,
am I wearing? Like,
right.
who am I standing near? What did I just eat? What lotion did I just put on? And just do a quick check,
Right.
because you can really create, because a lot of them are endocrine disruptors, and the endocrine axis
Ah,
governs mood
yeah,
way more than we really talk about.
of
So I
course.
would just add that in terms of, if you get angry, is to
Okay.
check and
Well,
see
yeah. Well,
what's
I'm more
around.
aware
But
than a lot of people because,
you are very aware. Yeah,
yeah, yes, I
I
am.
love that about. I love
Well,
that.
and I've been
But
working with a nutritionist,
I know
right? So I gave
he's
up.
helping you so much.
Yeah. No, well, actually want to talk to you about this because I gave up, um, for the most part, gluten, wheat, sugar, dairy.
Yep, 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 yep.
And if I have like a sugar, like a dessert or something once in a while, I don't crave it after because I did
Right,
I detoxed from it, the addiction. I got
right.
rid of the parasites.
Yeah, right, right. So you're doing So it's like you're limiting your inflammatory intake.
Exactly. And I take herbs
That's
by
good.
standard process.
Cool.
I'm working with her with that, and I mean, I'm always open. I've done many different modalities or whatever, but this
Yes,
is
of
the
course.
longest I've done that because I put off as long as I fucking could. Because I was eating chocolate, dark chocolate, right? This is my rationale. Dark chocolate dipped in coconut oil
Right.
every night. I was a
Just a
year ago,
little piece, like
just a little,
the
just a little
size of your
20
thumb.
pieces, just a little 20 pieces.
I find that I just want a tiny little piece of that stuff.
God bless you.
The 85%. Like.
So what do you do? I want to ask you because I mean obviously I absolutely have an eating disorder and I have to count calories or amounts because if I don't I last year I was at my all-time highest weight.
Really
And I've lost 28 pounds, but I know and I've
nice.
always known this that I can never not watch the amounts, never, because I will go right back up. I can gain 20 pounds eating figs. I swear to God.
Eating what?
Figs and
Yeah.
popcorn. I can. So
Oh God, I love popcorn so much.
I know. But it's so fun. Movie popcorn, non-GMO, gluten-free.
Uh-huh.
It's the best.
Popcorn corn is a moldy crop, so
I
I
know
got to
it's not
avoid
great.
it. But
I know.
I'm
That's my one
so
guilty.
addicted to it.
I know it's not great, and I know
Tortilla
it.
chips, holy shit!
Yeah, yeah. So tell me about what you eat, because I know see, if I had my
All
sidekick
right.
here, they would tell me. They would have interjected how everything comes back to me, and I talk a lot about me. So,
No, but I love when I love when it comes back to you, because I've missed a lot of years of knowing you, so
well,
it's
this is
good
like
to hear about you.
yeah, this is a big catch up for us. So,
I want to put an asterisk on that because it's in process, and there's a lot of circles around it having to do with medical stuff right now. But I'll tell
Okay.
you that I am working with someone who is very savvy about all of my weird little medical things,
Mm-hmm.
and she is creating stuff for me for each step of what I'm doing. So I'm now in a second round of mercury chelation, and so she's helping to support that with food and other things, and rather than supplements, she calls them activators. So she's sort of putting together a very synergistic blend of things, and so she's I'm working with her. But I mean, the soul of it is anti-inflammatory,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just sort of we're tweaking it. But I think that do you know Terry Walls, Wahls?
No.
You actually sent me something about her recently, so you do know about her. She's done all kinds of cool. She's really so. I feel like I'm trending toward. moving in that direction.
Okay.
Because I fear that I am very afraid of MS, and I have reason to be. So,
Well, I think a lot of it is the food, you know, what we eat.
a lot of it is food, and it's, you know, yeah, this is why we have to asterisk this. It's just the
Yeah,
mold.
I know it's complicated. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
That a lot of it is just, you know, food is not going to fix a lot of what went wrong there. So, but it will help.
Well, yeah,
it's sort of like,
and herbs. I mean, there's a lot of different holistic ways to go about it, for sure. There's a guy. There's a guy, Dr. Sebi.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about him.
Yeah, he believed in he was very, very sick. He had everything wrong with him. He was African American guy, and this is like 40 years ago, right? And nothing helped. Obviously, he wanted to kill himself because, you know, he was doing all American bullshit. And he met this doctor in Mexico. And this I will never do, but
what's his name? Because I know a guy in Mexico who's a
I don't know.
A smarty.
Well, if you look up Dr. Sebi and his history, he would probably it's in there. I don't know offhand, but yeah, no, but yeah, that's a good question. There's another guy also that's interesting that he talks a lot about the lymphatic system. That is because someone told me I might have autoimmune because I still have some stuff I'm trying to work out that I believe can be healed, and we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. So
it's just this constellation of stuff. But I've gotten so much better.
Of course.
That's the thing.
That's what
I have gotten a lot better, and I just keep uncovering more stuff. But now let's talk about my writing and how great it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Health. Fuck health. All right. So anyway. Yeah, that's a whole thing.
I could just go on and on.
I know, and my one audience member fell asleep. I'm sure by this time in the show.
Oh, fuck them.
Fuck my audience member. I gave the finger. I don't want you to know because you can't see. So anyway.
You know what though? They could at some point come back to this and.
Well, you know what? They love me no matter what, so it doesn't matter.
That might help them at some point, you know.
They love me no matter what. It's the one person. I always say I have one audience member. That's my joke.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. So,
Good.
So I remember just fucking loving your writing. Oh, and I have to tell you something interesting after. That'll go back to me, just so you know.
Of course. What did you love? I don't even know what writing you mean. Like what? What
did you write? Was it just prose? I mean, you wrote. I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago, right? So, you wrote a lot of prose. I don't know if you wrote some like short story-ish stuff. Whatever you were writing, it was fucking hilarious. And you just in my mind, even like when you post stuff, you know, you have that twist. Like I have my. You know, quirkiness, like there's a twist that you have that that's you, that I wouldn't think of, but I was just like, oh, that nails it. You know, I have like a couple friends, there's a bunch of people actually, believe it or not, on Twitter that are unknown, not comics, that are just fucking hilarious. And but in my mind, you're a writer, and I remember you were writing, and then I know, you know, it's such a fucking commitment being creative. I get it. You know, like you have to want, that's the thing about being an artist is you have to not be able to not do it, right? So there are many different versions. I don't know if your thing is more, you know, maybe either you'll get to it at some point or it's more of a hobby thing, you know, because you do have a lot of different aspects. You know, I forgot about the cooking. Oh my God! I mean, are there like 5 things you do great? You know what I mean? So writing was one of them.
I never went anywhere with these things. They all add up to. I mean, I always say that they just sort of got me ready to be a therapist, basically.
Well, so that's your path. That's your purpose. You know. But
I am working on a memoir. Like my current therapist. Actually, I'm gonna push her book here a little. My current therapist, who I've been with for now, like 15 years or something. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, therapist, Zen practitioner, writer of haikus, arranger of flowers, has all of the stuff that I want and I need. And anyway, she just came out with her memoir. It's called Edna's Gift. And it's like it's in this form of a love story between her and her younger sister, Edna, who was born with some kind of developmental disability. I don't want to give the story away, but there's a way in which her being with this person almost put her into like this Zen way of being, because she was not able to communicate regularly. Like she had her own little world. I don't want to ruin it, but and the other awesome thing about the one of the threads in this memoir is that her name's Susan, is that she was born without a uterus.
Wow.
And so she knew that early on. I think she found out when she was a teenager.
The joke in there somewhere.
And
like,
so
just didn't have it.
she told me, Jill, I started this memoir just by writing 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And she used focusing to develop some of the ideas and recollections. And so she inspired me.
Well, that's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I sometimes do that for myself, because, like they say that the thing I always heard about writers is that, like, you better set aside a bunch of time, because you're going to waste most of it to write.
But you do that though. See, my thing is like when you get your work done, then you can write something, and then that time never comes.
Right. So you have to. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you some. I'm going to help you out here.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out here
Let's have
because
it.
I'm going to tell you what I want to give you one example that has helped me go to the gym all these years. Because
oh my God, I need that too.
Because you
no
can't.
Gym, I just got to exercise.
It's reverse psychology. Because if you're going to do something that makes you feel like a piece of shit, you're not going to do it, right? So if I say to myself, I have to go to the gym 5 days a week, I'm not going to fucking go. Right? But this has worked for me since, I swear to God, since I was 27. I swear to God.
Okay.
I said to myself, I have to go to the gym 1 day a week. If I go more than that, I am a rock star.
Okay.
So I can do 1 day a week. I pretty much, on the whole, since then, have gone to the gym at least once a week.
Nice.
So if I go more, I'm like the greatest thing walking the planet. If I go twice a week, look at me, I beat my my goal, my once a week goal.
Fantastic.
If I go 3 times a week, I'm like, oh my God, am I like, where's my crown? You know what I mean? So that has kept me going to the gym all these years. Because if you say, right, so with writing, it's because, listen, addict brain, right? I'm gonna, my voice wants to tell me I'm a big piece. I can be watching TV and the voice will say, "What? You should kill yourself." And I'm like, I'm watching TV. Fucking shut up. That has happened to me. I've told that story in recovery, by the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I now know, because I heard that other story about wasting time. There's very few writers that just sit down and write, like Stephen King. That's it. I think that's the only one. Who sits down and he writes like 5 zillion pages.
Except he has like 5 people that he pays to sit down and do it for him, right?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so I know from experience.
But your point is taken.
I'm sorry?
I said, but your point is taken. I'm digging it.
No. So we have to, right? So what's the point I'm making, obviously, is that we have to be gentle with ourselves and be proud of whatever we do. So I love the 10-minute thing. It's great. So, like, just think about it. If you wrote a page a day or even a week, you're writing 52 pages in a year, right? Or
I figure, though, if I could let myself maybe do something pleasurable first,
why?
then I might actually have a nice day.
Okay, but I think the main thing is you have to set aside some time just for writing.
Right.
Right?
And
then whatever
problem,
happens
though,
in that time, it's got to be okay. If you write one sentence.
The problem is setting the time. My problem is setting the time aside.
Okay.
And letting myself write.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Well, that's what you have to figure out. Because I'll sit, like, I have a lot of, I'm just going to say, I may have to cut this, I have a lot of free time at work.
Uh-huh.
and sometimes I will beat myself up because I feel like I could have written like 5 screenplays. You know what I mean?
Right.
Couple books, couple plays, couple web series, whatever. Okay,
Well, we had to work more then because none of them knew how to work on the computer.
that's true. But anyway, so I do my job. I'm there 15 years, which is ridiculous.
Of course.
I don't even know how. So okay, so let's say I have 3 or 4 hours. I really know how to make a story long. Um, and part of the time, writing. Here you go. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
Part of writing is not writing.
I think. Okay, go. I'm into it.
Okay, so you got to think about it. You got to ruminate. You got to all different kind of ideas are going to just come to you. You're going to write stuff down. Do I want to go that way? Do I want to write this way? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it. So
Yeah.
you have to. So part of writing, you're writing when you're not writing. So let's say you give yourself
Yeah.
3 hours, and you're like
Right.
at the end of that you wrote a paragraph. You wrote the whole time.
I hear that.
You wrote the
hear
whole
that.
time. Here's the other thing that you're going to love that I'm going to name drop. Robert Festinger, who won an Oscar for a feature film,
Okay.
friend of mine, told me.
Okay.
But not that matters. Like, what does that matter? But anyway.
It matters. It's all.
Well, he's
it's all
successful.
Part of the path,
Yeah,
right?
he got there. He got there. Told me years ago that bad writing is better than no writing.
What writing is better than no writing?
Bad.
Bad writing. Oh no, I totally agree.
Yeah, no, but I'm just trying to, because these are things I use. I'm telling you because that helps me to write. So I wrote 2 episodes of this web series. They're each like 5 to 7 pages each.
Okay.
Since the idea came in like March. It's not a lot,
Mm.
but it's what's supposed to get written, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so part of it is trusting the process, right? And for you,
Yep.
obviously, the main thing to start with is to just give yourself that time, even if it's 2 hours.
Oh, you're so right. Oprah would agree.
So that's my writing lesson for the day.
I
No.
like it, and I think that I'm seeing that as a box. Like it's this box that I
Yeah.
have to like
Yeah, well,
put
when you're ready.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And it goes with kindness. Like I'm very I can be very mean to myself, and I'm thinking like that hasn't really worked so well.
Of course not. Well,
Maybe I
also
could
you can
put,
take a
like,
class.
the box.
Sometimes it's good to
What?
be around other people. I was in a writing group for 10 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps.
True.
I mean, I can't tell you how, great it is for me to have this partner that I have, I have to bring stuff to. Like that, that's like a deadline thing. Deadlines, you know what I mean?
True.
Or I used to I've had contests that I want to make. Sometimes you need that extra like push because listen, if you're creative, I think creative
Oh my
people
God.
are naturally procrastinators.
And then everything is your creativity knows no bounds. So if
Exactly.
you're procrastinating, it's very artfully done.
Totally. So I'm just,
Yeah.
it's all, this is just information. I once wrote a screenplay. I wrote 30 pages, and then I didn't know what was next. And I had to put it on the side. And a year later, it came to me.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you that was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like that. It's like
It's not linear.
It's like when I would buy like a CD, or back in the day when you bought CDs, and I would like it, but then sometimes it just wasn't the right time yet, so I put it away, and then like 3 years later, I pick it up and be like, "Where have you been my whole life?"
Right, but exactly. But actually, that was the right. That was. Listen, it's like a divine time. Any timing, we can't. It's the old story. We can't push the river, and I've tried in every area. In every area, I've tried.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I'm digging this, and I think I'm feeling that I want to place the box in a different place, and maybe try starting my day with it, because I also really have trouble starting my day. So if I know I'm going to start my day with something that's fun,
That's an interesting idea. Yeah,
Because it is
why not?
fun. I do like that whole process, even the time that where I'm wasting time, because I know I'm not wasting time.
Right, and that's so funny that like that we have that thing in our head that says, we're wasting, and I didn't do this right, and because I did that for a lot of years, with my creativity, like, why aren't I here and why aren't I there, and then like recently with the Times Up, Me Too Times Up movement, I feel like,
Yeah.
oh my
And I just
God,
have the
that's
impression
why,
yeah.
because people weren't ready for me, and now I can say the shit that people are going to hear it.
But you've always been very dedicated, and one of the things that makes me sad is that we really had sort of this irreverent edge, and now that's very mainstream. It's all mainstream now. Everyone's irreverent. Everyone's got their sarcastic thing. Everyone's got their like.
Yeah, but that's good though. That's good because now they'll get us. We had it way before, so ours is much more polished and finessed.
Oh, well, that's a nice way of looking at it.
You always got to look at the upside, sister. You always got to look at the upside.
Do you remember? I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No. Go.
Wait, what?
No, it's called conversation.
Do you remember on Smith Street there was a restaurant, and this is before Smith Street became what it is now. It was like a burned out war zone, except for like 3 really hip places.
Yep.
And one of them was Robin Dubois Gallery / restaurant. Anyway, I would go there and get an entire, like a half roasted chicken, and they would serve it on a cutting board.
Wow.
I remember that. And I would go there sometimes just to write and eat that.
Wow,
and,
that's so cool.
It was so fun. And one night I went with a stack of note cards, and I was going to write mean, sarcastic holiday cards.
Well, remember, you and I were going to write a book.
That's right. And I did that. And I sent them to people like, what is wrong with you?
That's so awesome. Well, you were ahead of your time, because now that would be cool.
I know. I mean,
we were going to write a spiritual book. Remember, an anti-recovery book, like really negative affirmations?
And now everyone's got one, but I still have one of those in me. I know I do.
Well, I'm open to collaborating on that.
I know. Because I feel like now I know how to do it.
Right.
I have the formula.
Exactly.
I figured it out.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to do it on your own, I understand, but I'm just telling you. I'm available for that.
Well, I mean, what we could do is like, there are different parts to it.
Okay.
I think we could collaborate on some parts of it.
Cool.
I'll leave you by saying that that marble-ruled composition notebooks were on sale at Staples yesterday for 50 cents, and we got like a huge pile. So
my God.
That's what I got.
Wow. That's awesome. Jill, thank you so much for being on the show. This is going to be continued. Oh, my God. This is wonderful. I will send you the edited editions. And I want to thank our audience member for watching, whoever else. Everybody should be watching, but, that's just something I have to turn over to the universe. This is your host, Yvonne Dillette of the Unknown Zone Talk Show. And thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
The Unknown Zone.